Hey boys, this is going to be a quick episode, so let's get right to it. It is about 2:46 on Sunday afternoon. I've done my very best to stay as far away from all things NFL as possible so I could give you as relatively pure an episode of The Shack as I can, still not knowing what's going on, so I can make my predictions with, being in the dark on things as they are, well, I guess right now. So let's get right to it. Around the DFL, a lot of things happened. Big kudos, many thanks to Hedgie and Devin for getting in there and voting on the issues. Really, we are just one Nico vote away from being all systems go on the trophy issue. So if you happen to live with Nico, get on him and get him in, get him to vote. If he doesn't want it, that's fine. He just has to tell us so we can figure out how to move forward, because we need to make a decision so we can get this thing ordered and have everything squared away well in advance of the postseason and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get to last week's game. Let's start with my own very tough luck loss. I think my prediction would have been fine if it wasn't for the ridiculousness of Aaron Rodgers. Been on a big slump lately, and so I ended up losing. He had 4 points, and I only lost by 11. A normal week by Aaron Rodgers wins that game for me. But that's not the only thing I have to blame. I also didn't start Mikel Ashur, and I probably should have done that too. That would have won it too. So, at any rate, strong win for Allen, and behind a good 90 points. So, kudos to him. Allen moves up to 2-1, tied on top of the league, and I dropped to my second straight 0-3 start. Not a great way to start. BG, I said anything less than a 20-point victory would be a horrible disappointment on his part, and so he went ahead and listened to me and won by 54 points. Not much to say. Nico's team was just really lackluster everywhere, all around. Jesse, a little bit of around the league news, I guess. He changed his name to Breaking Bradshaw, and he has a sweet new picture on there, so that's pretty cool. Ended up with a tough luck loss. Not a bad showing by Jesse with 90 points after it's all said and done, but fear this team strikes again, and Hedgie obliterates Jesse with a final score of 136-90. Devin made quick and painless work of Kevin. Kevin actually was the low scorer of the week this week. Looks like he'll have a very up and down team, because the week before he was one of the highest scorers of the week. So Kevin moves down to 1-2. Big news out of Devin's team is the Robert Griffin trade pays immediate dividends. So we'll see if that keeps paying dividends as we move along the season. I think that just leaves us. We talked about everything. Yeah, that just leaves us with the GOT dubs for last week. Great game out of Justin, and he just showed that his team is for real. And Jared, hopefully, is not showing that his team is maybe not as strong of a 2-0 as he had hoped. But definitely, there's some weakness shown in Jared's team, out of especially the quarterback position, wherein Tony Romo scored a whopping 0. That's frustrating, especially because a couple weeks before he looked like he was really on the upswing there. Checking in on the DFL prediction challenge, Jared did have a good week there. He went 4-1, moving to the top of the standings at 7-3. I had a decent week, went 3-2, ended up, and so I'm second place, 6-4. Kevin and Jesse are both at 5-5. Alan had a rough week. I'm sorry, boys. Doesn't look like Alan made predictions. Hedgie got into the DFL prediction challenge and is now sporting a 2-3 record so far. So we'll see how that goes. I keep getting these ESPN texts, and I've been avoiding them all morning so that I can stay in good shape for this. All right. So Allen's remains at 3-2, unless I missed something. I'll double check that and make sure I'm good to go on our numbers for next week. Sorry about that, boys. This week's games are between Jared and me, Nico and Kevin. Devin's going to match up against Hedgie. It's a great matchup. Allen versus Jesse. And our GOT dubs, what I'm going to call the the Initials Bowl, BG versus JVS. So really not going to give you too much of a breakdown. I think I'm going to win. Thought I was going to win last week, Jared, so don't worry. I usually pick myself. I rarely pick against myself. But I think I'm going to win this week. I have Kevin narrowly beating Nico this week. I don't think Kevin's team is very strong. I think the 44 points is a lot more indicative of his team than the 100 and some points. So I think he will narrowly edge out Nico because Nico's just that bad. I think Devin is going to hand Hedgie his second loss, and Hedgie's going to be the most powerful 3-2 team we've ever seen. I have Jesse getting off the schneid and beating Allen, and in the Initials Bowl, the GOT dubs this week, I'm going to take Justin over BG. So I have some really interesting statistical data that I wanted to share with you guys this week, but it was just too busy of a week, so I just could not get to all the things I wanted to, namely the Shack. I will, however, have time this coming week. I'll have a nice in-depth piece for you all on how the divisions match up against each other. There's a lot of posturing from both sides on who's stronger and why, but I have some really interesting numbers that tell a very surprising story in my opinion. So can't wait to share that with you guys, and good luck everybody on your picks this week. Peace.